Welcome to the Homeschool Paradigm Podcast. I'm Angela and I'm here with Sarah today. Hi, Sarah.
Hi.
I wanted Sarah to help me talk about something. I have a little story I am going to tell her. So, I follow a homeschool page that I just found recently, and it's kind of fun. And the lady that runs it did one of those 5 things I didn't do, or the 5 things I don't do in my homeschool kind of posts.
Mhm.
And she wanted, anybody to comment things they didn't do. And so I said, I didn't get up. Oh, well, I said my kids have all graduated, but I didn't get up early. I didn't stress out about what we didn't get done, and I didn't care what other people thought of what we were doing. And so I got a couple of responses. There were a few responses. One of them was just like, oh, as long as they have a diploma, or what are your kids doing now? Like real stuff. And then a
Yeah.
couple were not that nice. So
Oh
one
goodness.
one of them said, and I'm just going to quote a little bit, even though I'm not going to say where it was. Do they have meaningful employment? Oh, well, it was something like, now that your kids are adult, the real question is, do they have meaningful employment, support themselves, and they have the ability to have adult friendships? And then she went on about somebody she knows that was super relaxed and that their kids can't even get to work by 11 o'clock in the morning and they don't have any real chance at being an
You
adult.
gotta tell the snottiness now.
I'm getting snotty. No, and so I was like, wow. I don't like responding, to negativity. I don't do that on the internet. Well, normally I don't
Yeah.
get any. But I was like, well,
You're getting attention.
I'll just think about that for a while because
Yeah.
I didn't really want to respond. But then I kind of did because I don't want other people to be discouraged by that. I don't want other homeschool moms to see this. And I think it's just a public page. It's not like a group.
Yeah.
I don't want other moms to see that and be like, oh no, oh no. And then so this morning, that was yesterday. So this morning, and I hadn't responded or decided,
Yeah.
I saw another one that says, I suppose none of them became a doctor, an architect, a lawyer, or a vet. And I'm like, oh, so those are the 4 professions that count.
A vet?
A vet.
I'm trying not to make fun now.
Oh, it's hard not to because I mean, for all I know that it's a bot for all I know, right? Just some
Bro,
setup thing to make homeschool look bad or whatever. But
it's or Chat GPT. A vet is kind of tacked on.
well, a vet is a doctor. You have to go to school for. And so,
Funny.
you know, I think I decided that I'm going to respond, like I said, just so that, and I'll say this in my response, like I don't want people to be discouraged by negativity. I don't want to say, I mean, I kind of want to say, I still don't care what people think, but I kind of also want to be like, I mean, I got a psychologist, an author, a life coach, a full-time student, like, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Sarah. Honestly, truly, that is more negativity. 2 comments. It's more negativity than I ever got about homeschooling in person for
Mm,
23 years, like
yeah.
where there weren't Facebook groups,
Yeah.
when I was homeschooling. I mean, there were for the last little while, but I didn't
Well, I think you
care.
got lucky. I think a lot of people get a lot more, probably.
Oh,
Our
I'm,
family, our extended family wasn't like weird about it or like against homeschooling either. And some people
right.
actually are, apparently.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
our grandparents never really, I mean, they probably asked questions that maybe sometimes sounded a little interrogating at
I
times.
don't even remember that,
I don't
honestly.
like, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, maybe when you first started, and I don't remember, but I never heard you say anything about that. So,
Yeah, I don't think they really ever did because I mean, they know us. They knew you. They could tell. It was
uh,
honestly, like
yeah.
I thought of a lot of, of course, I was like, I mean, seriously, lady, I didn't say I wasn't doing anything. I
Mean, I'm
literally
not,
said I didn't
obviously,
stress.
this isn't like bragging, but like I grew up and moved out like pretty young, like,
Yeah, you guys all support yourselves. I
have a
don't
house.
pay your
I
bills.
made friends, and then I got married at 23.
Adult friend, can they have adult friendships?
I'm married. Yeah, I'm actually
You're
have a
married to
I
normal
have
people.
I have a large adult friendship. Yes.
So I just, so I was thinking, why do we let strangers on the internet, like, and they may not even be real people, affect us and get us down? I mean, honestly, that didn't get me down. I mean, I don't care.
It's
But
probably people who are already like thinking those things about themselves, right?
yes, people who are already worried don't need to have this. I mean, so this lady, I mean, this story about these people she knows, I mean, it sounded pretty like she thought that my kids are that way too, basically.
Hmm.
And she was at the end, she was like, it's basically a poster child for all the bad about homeschool or something. I didn't memorize it. But, and I thought if I was in the middle of homeschooling and really questioning myself and thinking I was awful, and that could be like, well, I got to send them to school. Or
I
this
mean,
other
yeah,
lady.
I think that, you have to control yourself too. Obviously,
Oh,
like
yeah.
nobody really needs to see that kind of stuff, but like there are obviously going to be people who are just kind of nasty and they're feeling bad about themselves and being nasty to everybody else because they probably
Hmm.
feel bad about their homeschool.
Yeah. Or, I mean,
Um,
I feel like, well, maybe this
or
person,
they're just prideful. I don't know.
they didn't say if they were a homeschooler or not. So it could have been
Oh,
somebody who doesn't, because like I said, I think it's just a public page. It's not a group. I just
oh,
followed it. I didn't join it. So
oh.
it's a page. But I mean, the rudeness.
I'm
And
sure
of
they did.
course, you need to, yeah. So I guess that's my question for life coach Sarah. How do you keep yourself from the negativity? I mean, besides not reading it, but you're going to, right? Homeschool moms, and as well as everyone else, is on social media, and you get help that way. I mean, Facebook groups are generally for helping, and this page is for helping people not be so, stressed and stuff. So,
Well, I thought of a couple things. First of all, I think like getting used to scrolling by something and letting it not mean anything about yourself because they don't even see what you do. So they
mhm.
physically can't, I mean, they can say that about you, but
Yeah,
like they
it
don't even
can't be
see what you
accurate.
do. So maybe just glossing over it and being kind of like, wow, I wonder what's up with that. And just going
Right.
on. But obviously, that's going to be hard. So, the second thing I was thinking about, it sounds kind of cliche, but like every single thing that comes out of a person's mouth is about something that they're thinking and feeling. It's kind of obvious that they're going around thinking that stuff
Yeah,
about either themselves or other people. But either way, like it doesn't have any weight. I think it's
right.
just so like practicing, honestly, just practicing because it is hard not to like, if you're thinking that stuff about yourself already,
Hmm.
first of all, practicing maybe, thinking different things about your homeschool.
Yeah, yeah. When you're saying that, I was thinking this lady maybe she's done homeschooling and she did it that way, whatever that way was, and her kids, maybe it's her kids that can't get to work at 11 and all they can do is flip burgers. I mean, she was really nasty about it. She's like, all they can
Yeah.
do. Honestly, I mean, I'm just saying, if nobody was flipping the burgers, people would be upset that there were no burgers to buy when they want to go out to eat. But
Too.
and then this lady where everyone has to be a doctor, an architect, a lawyer, or a vet. Like everyone has to be that. There are no
Yeah.
other professions.
Yeah.
My, airline pilot husband, that's not good enough or whatever. He didn't even have a degree.
He didn't have a degree either, and he went to public school.
But,
Yeah, so anyway, just practicing thinking about what you want your homeschool to be like, and I don't think you'll be like as easily swayed when you're like, no, I actually have a list of things that I actually want. Maybe I
mhm,
don't want to get up early. Maybe I want to sleep in. Maybe I want to let my kids sleep in. And
yeah.
like
Well, or
realizing
even can't.
that,
I mean, honestly, like we got
yeah,
up early for several years in homeschool, but then later we didn't when I had chronic fatigue. So, like this lady, I don't need to tell her I had chronic fatigue and I couldn't get up early. And
right.
you guys know how to get up early if you need to get up early. I mean, honestly, it's so dumb. Like to say
If I
that if
need to,
children don't get up early, then they can't do it in
obviously
adulthood.
I don't like to, but
Well, you have health stuff too, though,
when I
that
have a
makes you
job and
feel
I
bad in
need
the
to get
morning.
up for it,
Yeah.
I do get up early.
Yeah. And then like here, and like people just don't maybe. pay attention. I mean, I don't I don't want to sound rude, but like I said, I didn't stress about what we didn't get done. I literally said I didn't stress. So didn't stress is what I did.
Mm.
Not getting things done isn't what I did. We got everything done. I mean,
Right.
didn't we? We got a lot of stuff
I mean,
done.
I really, it really is hard for me to remember.
You know, I didn't just
Again,
not
I
do
don't think it
anything.
matters now.
Right. But you know, I that's the thing. Like what I did was not
Yeah, I feel like we
stressing.
got just as much done as when we got up early as when we got up late.
I mean, I think she took it to mean when I said I didn't stress about what we didn't get done. I think she took it to mean I didn't care, we didn't do anything, and all of that.
Oh, no.
To me, it's strange to comment on somebody's two or three things they said they didn't do, and then you form this whole life for them in your head, and then you lash out at them.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what people are going to do.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what people are doing. They have no idea. So like
The other thing is that I would expect that to happen. I would expect negative comments about what you do literally everywhere.
it I guess
You
it just
know,
surprised me
like
because I just never had any.
expecting it kind of prepares you when you're like, oh yeah, I expected. I saw that coming. So like sometimes that helps, like people are going to do that and
Yeah.
literally has nothing to do with really
Yeah.
anything.
Expect it. Expect that some people will take a couple things you say, turn it into some whole lifestyle they think you have that they think they know better about, and then be all negative about it. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. And then, a lot of very nice things happen. Like, I don't know how many people gave it a like, 25 or whatever. It wasn't like this is all there was, but it did get me thinking about how sometimes we're vulnerable to letting that stuff make us feel terrible or stressed or defensive or whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting too, the emotion I was having, because I was like, that's weird. I really don't care. But I like to help other people not be discouraged, but I don't know.
I mean, I think something happened to me in like the car the other day. Somebody cut me off or something that I don't.
Hmm.
I'm not like a particularly road rage type of person. I just feel like maybe that's easier for me than some other people.
Yeah, yeah.
But I noticed that, and I think Ethan was in the car. He was actually the one driving.
Mm.
Yeah. And somebody cut us off or did something. And I was like, I started to get like really, I don't know, defensive about this random stranger that like
Oh.
cut us off. And I was like, that's so dangerous. Like, why would you do that? That's so dumb. And Ethan was like, oh, it's not a big deal.
So you kind of like reverse roles in
Which
that
is
moment.
funny because we know Ethan is definitely more likely. He grew up driving in LA. So like they're
He's more likely to be like,
more
"Oh, that
excited to
stupid
like
driver."
yeah. But I just thought it was funny that I like let that bug me. And then after he said that, I was like, oh, yeah, has that's not like a personal,
That's true.
thing
Don't
against
you ever do that thing we used to do sometimes where we make up stories for them like, "Oh, maybe somebody did that the other day. Maybe it was when
we
we
were
were
doing that the other day,
on the
actually.
highway and I was like, "Oh, maybe they're about to have diarrhea." They totally ran an absolutely red light turning out, and there wasn't any traffic. We were far away, but we were like,
Maybe,
wow, that's so dangerous. And I was like, oh, maybe he's totally sick and he's, looking for a toilet.
so maybe the person that commented that was extremely constipated. It sounds like they weren't having a good day,
They
so
had to get something out.
yeah, really bad joke.
Yeah, I was just feeling bad for people who take that in and feel like they care more about what other people say or think than is good for them. I don't know. But yeah, I'll probably actually go back and comment and be like, I hope nobody's discouraged by some of the negativity. And I don't care what people think, but also my kids are doing awesome. All right, Sarah, thank you for talking. You have to go babysit a
Yeah,
cute baby.
really cute. He's my best friend.
Well, thank you, and thanks for listening.